Bienvenidos, soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a very special new moon solar eclipse reading. So, let's get started. Currently at this time, today as a matter of fact, there's a lot of change, a lot of significance, because it's the first day of Scorpio season. Scorpio is associated with the tarot card of death, which is nothing bad aside from the death of ego, the death of what we need to let go of. So, with that being said, in order for all the transformation to occur for my watchers, what do they need to release? What needs to be released? What needs to be released? Ooh. Okay. So, what came up first was the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Wow. So, what needs to be released? These are all actually very good cards. None of these indicate that there's anything wrong. But there's this feeling of the word newbie comes to mind. Like you are currently feeling as though you still are like a novice. You are still starting out. You feel like you don't have enough information, enough wisdom, enough whatever it is you think that it is going to be, and that's a setback. That is a setback that you need to let go of. And this is in regards to your finances, and this is in regards to your spiritual wellness, your emotional wellness, your mental wellness. You're holding yourself back. This is why this needs to be released. This is like the starting point. Like if you're in beginner mode, but what this is telling you is you need to release that mindset. You're no longer in beginner mode. You're already advancing. And in order to advance, because this is all here, advancement is showing like the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. When it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to anything that you're striving for in your abundance to succeed, to move forward, it's there. But you have this beginner mindset that you need to let go of so much. Like your abundance is yours, whether it's, you know, in your spiritual wellness, your emotional wellness, your physical wellness, whatever it is, and in the workplace, in family, and because this is all not just, and that's what's crazy about this as well, because today is actually there's a star point in Venus, which actually has a lot to do with balance and self-care and building relationship and connections. That balance is here between what is considered the like working hard, the finance aspect, and the emotional aspect. There's that balance. And I mean, it comes out in both of them, 8 and 8. You are in that realm of balance. It's there. And again, the abundance is coming to you. You have so many choices coming up to you, and you're sticking with what's comfortable. That's a beginner mindset. You know, it's like, oh, go with what feels safe. But what this is telling you is you're ready to start moving forward, to start taking those risks. So, you know, gotta put on your big boy pants, your big girl pants, your big adult pants, and start growing up. It's growing up time. That's what this is telling you. It's time to grow up. We are ready. We are ready to grow up. I know adulting is hard. Ooh. Oh man, okay. So what needs to be embraced at this time comes the Moon, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. At the bottom of this deck is the Four of Pentacles. And I'm drawn also by the Two of Swords. Now, let's get you situated here. Now, the Moon has a lot to do with things that you are hiding, things that are under the cover of darkness. And mind you, this is the new moon. The new moon is when you set your intentions. And if your intentions are to finally get out of this beginner mindset to start evolving, it's time to release the beginner stages and start going up into your novice, to start going up into higher ranks of whatever your life is. And this is what it's telling you in the cover of darkness, and which is the darkness, the dark side of the moon. This is the new moon where you set your intentions to start manifesting them by the time of the full moon. The moon comes in and it has to do with you relying on your intuition. You've had that pull, the pull from your navel, the pull from your heart that's drawing you out of this beginner mode to start heading towards what your abundance is. And then here's the Ten of Pentacles. It's awaiting you. You've been moving all along. And I can tell though that you have yet to follow your intuition. You're still a little bit scared, and that's totally okay. But when it comes to the two, when it comes to the swords, and when it comes to the pentacles, this has to do with choosing to speak your truth, choosing to walk towards the line of abundance. But these two are in regards to balance and choice. And obviously there's balance here, balance in the way of the pentacles, because there's a lot of pentacles in your chart. And remember when I said there's the pentacles and there's the cups, your physical and your emotional. Ooh. Especially your emotional, because that's the card that fell down. You just have to speak your truth. You have the choice to balance all of this towards your abundance. And the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles typically indicates that someone doesn't want to let go of something. Like, it's usually associated with like greed. But what I like to, when it comes to this, because when the moon comes out and paired with this, the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and all of this emotion, it's like you're afraid. So you're kind of holding on to what's safe. Remember, playing it safe is what a page does. It's what a novice does. It's what a beginner does, because they only go off of what they know. But in order to advance, you got to take a risk. And here's the indication of fear. You're afraid of losing what you have because you think you're not ready. But the choice is yours. The choice is yours. Do you want the abundance, or do you want to stay as a beginner? Now, I'm going to go with, I'm called to the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. What message do you have for us? Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. Dolphin Spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. Okay. As a dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is Dolphin Spirit, both this and that. Two truths coexist, the story you tell and another as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering. For there is a blessing too in the helpers that appear. Within clouds or silver linings, when we later reflect on what happened, we can see that the situation is both this and that in a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. Focus on the positive, for light exists alongside of darkness. Dolphin spirit calls for you to come up from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. Why not join Dolphin spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessings present in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are aspects of both this and that. Today, you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and the beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move toward the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present, so even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you're required to find solace in this between time. Today is not a day to choose one over the other, but rather to accept things as they are without judgment or resistance. Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as a whole. When you most want to be acknowledged as right and see other ways as wrong. Dolphin spirit appears as a reminder that the story of your suffering and righteousness is a little more complicated than you are admitting right now. Do you want to see things in black and white and be rigid in your ideas of what's correct and what is not? Release your rigidity and embrace the fluidity of life as you recognize the grays that remind you that there are two sides to every story, an upside to each downside, and a blessing in every challenge. What you think is wrong may end up being right for you. So let Dolphin spirit soften your heart so that you make the best decision at this time, playing with the possibilities that present themselves. So I want to remind you that it's also the solar eclipse, and the solar eclipse is also an indicator of change. It's very necessary, and right now this is a very sensitive time in order for these messages to come through to you. All this change that's coming, yes, it's time for you to move forward, but in that beginner mode, there's a lot of there's a lot of things that you've gained in knowledge and experience that assure that as you move forward, whether you may be afraid to let go of the comfort and safety, you've learned enough to know what mistakes not to make. And I think that's the important part, is to remember that while we've made mistakes in the past, that doesn't mean you're going to repeat the mistakes. Connect to heart. Connect to heart. Oh, I just saw you. This card asks you to connect to the heart space. This is a place of bravery, integration, vulnerability, and compassion. This may mean pushing past any fear you might have and opening up to true connection. This may mean finding forgiveness or empathy. This may mean softening. Most of us have layers of defense mechanisms around our heart that prevent us from being present, from receiving love, from giving love. This card asks you to examine what armor you can let go of and where you can nurture yourself in this space. Can't be afraid. And then the card that comes out for you is go for it. Step outside of your comfort zone. Make plans. Now is the time. Favorable outcome in alignment. Well, there you go, my friends. I hope this message helps. I hate that it feels so rushed. I try to keep it under the 15 minutes, but I sincerely hope that this has helped you, and I'll see you next time.